is if you could explain without any spoilers why people should watch Steven Universe. What it is that you like about Steven Universe and what you think other people might like without spoiling anything.
Okay, I like that question because I had the experience, and probably many of you have as well, of having a ton of people say to me, "This show is so awesome, it's so awesome, it's so awesome. Watch it." And so I started watching it, and I was like, it's solid, but I'm not losing my mind over it. Why? And so I think it's good to try and not just say it's awesome, but explain what there is in a thing that you love that will give value to people watching it, so they watch it anticipating that particular value rather than just, well, I'm waiting for it to turn awesome anytime now.
Well, and also we kind of live in a new golden age of kids' cartoons that are really interesting and applicable to people's lives of any age and lots of different areas and
Rick
groups.
and Morty.
Like BoJack Horseman.
Yeah.
I was thinking
just like Steven Universe.
I was thinking Adventure Time would be another example of a
Over
a
the
cartoon.
Garden Wall.
Yeah, there's quite a lot of smart, funny, interesting animation that's coming out right now that is completely watchable for young kids, but there's a lot of interest in it.
Interesting for adults as
and
well.
I think that's one kind of area that you can touch on, but I'm sure there's lots of other details you've
So
got.
let me think, as someone, and I'm sure other people will have ideas for chiming in too, but let me think here. I think Steven Universe, first of all, something that you realize as you continue watching it is that there is an amazing amount of attention to detail. And you also will notice that it's not one of those shows where a crazy thing happened, everything is broken and wrong, and the next episode it's like it never happened before, everything is fine again.
There's continuity.
Yeah, there's continuity and there's consequence, which I like. It's fun, it's joyful. I think it does a really good job of celebrating what is joyful about life without ignoring what is difficult. You have acknowledgement of things like people who've passed away. And it comes out very abruptly sometimes, and I think a very realistic fashion, but without getting really morbid. I think it celebrates the way life continues, but life is difficult, and you deal with life, but life continues. That kind of circle. Stephen, the main character, is just an utterly joyful person who is unashamedly able to find happiness and delight in everything. And I love, as an adult, watching something that makes you feel more free to do that, to embrace that inner child and just have fun. He doesn't care about being cool. Everything is just fun. I think there's also a lot in it about non-traditional family. What a family is defined by people who love each other rather than mom and dad and two children and a white picket fence and a dog. Not that there's anything wrong with that either. But it is very open, and subtly so. It doesn't bang you over the head with it, but it's subtly very open about family is the people who spend time together and love each other and take care of each other. And that matters. And I think it also shows really good ways to have friendships, encourage each other to build each other up, be yourself. So all of those really important and kind of deep things, and it's just really fun. They pay attention to the details in the show. It's adorable. Those of us who are kind of our 30s ages now, I think can appreciate a lot of the semi-vintagey feeling of Steven's childhood with, like, he loves the silly video games and the comics, and he has conversations with his, Mr. Whomever the Bear, just reminding us of all those wonderful parts of our childhood and freeing us to remember and enjoy them. So, I don't know, hopefully that was comprehensive enough. Those are the things that I found wonderful about it before. Plus, it's really enjoyable as it goes along to see the story build and turn from just adventure by adventure or episode by episode adventure into, there's a bigger continuity and really interesting things happen. And I would also say that for a cartoon show, the characters are there's a lot of depth.
Yep.
There's a lot of depth. People don't just do this, I'm the goofy one, and I'm the serious one. They're all actually quite complex.
There's motivation for the ways they're behaving.
There's absolutely motivation, even if you don't know it at the time, and they're quite complex and really interesting, which I don't think I'd say about a lot of cartoons. Even Disney, I love Disney movies, but let's not kid ourselves. Disney princesses are not particularly complex or interesting, seriously. So I highly recommend it, and if you're having trouble getting into it, I recommend putting it on in the background as you do other things. Cook or craft or whatever, so that you're not like glued to it being like, this isn't entertaining me so much that I don't want to leave the couch. but you see what's happening, and then I think you will hit a point where you're like, I'm ready to just watch this now. But then you get to that point.
Well, and I think a really awesome extra element of it is Rebecca Sugar, the creator of the show, is obsessed with integrating beautiful and touching songs and music with her animation as
The
well.
music is great.
And the writers that they have, I had heard that the way that she worked in the show is she had all these ideas of emotional notes that she wanted to hit throughout the show, and she wrote songs around those and then integrated them
Cool.
into the show. And so the songs and the ideas for the characters came before the actual depth and detail of the script that they came out of that. So I thought that was a really interesting idea and a good segue, because our next challenge is to sing a Steven Universe song, as
Well,
you might
excellent.
imagine. But the challenge specifically, well, there's actually a bunch of them, but we're gonna we fulfilled like 7 challenges there, by the way.
Oh, perfect. Good. I was
and
like, I just keep
I'm
talking.
gonna
keep
rip
talking.
through as many challenges as I can before the end of the shift.
Great.
But the other challenge we have is James